Hello everyone. Let us start our today's session. In our today's session, I have brought the study of importance of pH values. So you see here what the important things I have written related with the pH, because what is pH scale, all the things I have discussed in the previous session. So the knowledge of pH and its control is used in the following areas. Specifically, the pH knowledge is to be used in the different areas like in the medicinal, soil testing, food industries, baking, water purification, canning, paper manufacturing, bacteriology and sugar manufacturing. So in all these areas, for the manufacturing of all these things, we have to maintain the pH level. Means we have to maintain the level of acidic strength or the basic strength. So we need to know their actual pH value. Okay, so that's why the pH is very important. So the pH of some important samples that I am just going to show you. First, apple, that is pH range 2.9 to 3.3. Human blood, okay, blood, here I have given the value of human blood. That value is to be of 7.3 to 7.5. Drinking water 6.5 to 8.0. Lemons 2.2 to 2.4. Milk, cow milk, that will have 6.3 to 6.6. Orange 3 to 4. Human saliva 6.5 to 7.5. Soil, which is alkaline in the nature, because for the growth of few crops we need alkaline soil. So the alkaline soil, its pH is 7 to 9. Vinegar, that we call it sirka, that most probably we use in pickles, its value in the range of 2.9 to 3.4. Tomatoes 4.0 to 4.4. And soil which is sour in the nature, that value is to be of 4.0 to 6.9. So here some important point that I am just going to discuss with you relates with the pH. Here I have written there the one substance, this is of aluminium hydroxide, which is used for the treatment of gastric ulcer. Why the gastric ulcer creates? When the more amount of acid production takes place. So the gastric ulcer is caused due to the increased concentration of hydrochloric acid. As you all know that our stomach contains concentrated hydrochloric acid, that this HCl is very helpful for the digestion of food, but if its level starts to increase, that creates the gastric ulcer in the stomach. So the base aluminium hydroxide, it is to be used, which slowly neutralizes the excess of gastric acid which is produced in the stomach, and that relieves from the acidity. So overall we are using the concept of pH, means by knowing the value of pH that has been increased in the stomach, we are using or we are neutralizing by using this base aluminium hydroxide. Okay, now few more important points, see here. Next, magnesium hydroxide, the base component of milk of magnesia, and calcium hydroxide, a base component of lime water. Here you must know that milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide, and lime water is calcium hydroxide, are used as antidotes of acid poisoning. Whenever the acid poisoning takes place, so most probably these bases are to be used to control the level of acid. But always remember, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are not to be used, that cannot be consumed by the body to neutralize the acid effect. Okay, so these two bases are not to be used. Okay, next it is to be of the acid produced in the stomach is useful to dissolve ferrous carbonate, used as a hematinic, and makes iron available to compensate its deficiency in the anemic person. So overall what it does, it helps in the absorption of more and more amount of iron in the blood. Okay, so these were the important uses of the acids, and some important points relates with the pH value that I have discussed with you. I hope you all have got it. That's all for today's session.